This is Viewpoint, a podcast by Cochrane Real Estate.
Welcome to Viewpoint, the podcast by Cochrane Real Estate. I'm Corey Duchateau, and I'm here with Harriet Murray, the owner and broker of Cochrane Real Estate. Hi, Harriet. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, today on the podcast, we're going to feature one of your listings, which is a condo at Via Banderas, Unit 6. Could you please tell us about this unit?
This is one of the most unusual homes I've ever had the experience to offer. And it is because it is a uniquely designed around not only art, but the personalities of the owners that they said appreciated art so much. And they lived gradually over time. They became more attuned and sophisticated with their art. Venue of a property, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condominium in a location that is special if you love being on the water or near Conchas Chinas beach. But some of the walls are art. That means things are put in the walls, materials, not something you take a nail and have a painting that you're going to, take out with you when you leave. These actually have walls that have been designed to bring your attention to some kind of color or light or shadow. And I realized it now coming from a recent showing there. I'm sure it affects all your senses and you become calmer and more thoughtful or quiet because there is one of the rooms. There's deliberately no colorful cushions put on the white sofa because above the sofa is a very interesting painting that you have to study to try to study the impressions of what it is. So you can contemplate or look at that with more emphasis when you're not distracted by other things that are going to come in your view, if that makes sense. So it would be like if someone that was a musician or a poet had done something special and so other people could enjoy it because it affects your body when something has good energy going through it. And I guess I just wanted to say this is one of the few places I've ever been in that is so unique and uniquely calming. I think they reached their nirvana, for lack of a better word, with how they chose to live in art. And that's the only way I can describe it. So it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but it's interesting the people that fall in love with it. And why is it still available? We probably should say that we have had some challenges in presenting something so unique for people to get it. So I wanted to showcase it for us on this episode, and so they can decide for themselves. We have invested in videos and photos and music and welcome them to enjoy the show.
The architecture of the building Via Banderas is really kind of Mexican style, kind
Classic.
of Vallarta style. How would you describe the architecture? What do people see when they enter the whole complex?
It's classic architecture where the tradesman that knew how to put in stones with bricks and hand lay it in the walls. And the builder was adamant about that. And he would mark everything up if it was stone had not been put in the right place. And the next morning, somebody would have to go and change it. And the spaces, the many wonderful open spaces, common spaces with huge fountains. That beautiful fountain in the bottom, a very classic, using an hacienda, Mexican hacienda kind of approach with only a few units. And if you would today try to take that space, it would end up being a big box. And it's amazing. And it has held its classicness so that the pool and everything are beautiful. It's still going to a Mexican estate.
Where's the unit located in the building? It's
Unit 6, so it's one short flight of stairs from the pool on the south side. And both bedrooms and the living room and kitchen have compelling views to Oceanfront. We call it Oceanfront because the expensive buildings below it, because of the terrain, make sure that nothing's going to be there. So when you're in the terraces sitting there, the waves coming in and nothing obstructs your view. You're higher up.
When you walk into the house, and you were talking about all the art that's inside the house that the former owners collected, and they have paintings, they have sculptures, they have quite an extensive collection of art, but they also have the walls with murals on the walls, and some of those murals are made with plaster or materials.
Glass. I would call it a collage rather than a mural, but it's all very subtle. And so it's not overwhelming. It just makes you thoughtful what you see, or sit there and just take it in.
So they had an artisan that came in to work on the walls.
Well, they used different people, and sometimes Joyce herself was doing things. She wrote children's books. She did a lot of things that had an artistic bent. Some people can't tell me what was exactly what she did, but apparently she was with an artist working with them when they troweled some of the walls and changed the texture.
Yeah, that's really neat. The place is really kind of custom to, I guess, the taste of the people that live there, but it's really interesting to go in there and to see the personal collection of art that people collected over many years.
Right, and it's not just hanging, filling a wall. Those things can have their compelling moments too. But it is a retreat where you would go to contemplate things and just gaze at beauty, and you places that you go when you don't talk. Then your eye takes over and your ear takes over, and then you take in more.
So this property, Via Banderas Unit 6, is definitely one that people should put on their list to go and see with you when they're here if they are at all interested in art, because this one is definitely unique. It has a wonderful personal collection of art that is being sold with the unit. And so if you're the type of person who has good taste in art and really appreciates that kind of thing, this is definitely one that you should go see. Okay, Harriet, thank you very much for giving us this virtual tour of Via Banderas Unit 6. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we wrap up?
There are many beautiful properties here. We're very lucky to have the environment here where it seems to call out to people bringing out their artistic abilities, and particularly the South Shore has enjoyed over the years beaches and then rocky points where they had homes. So watching the Pacific Ocean and being close to Los Arcos, those beautiful rocks that are a protected site, and that's where the brown pelican raises its babies. They have fish in there where people can go in and do more than snorkel. They can scuba. We are in such a amazing place with the seabirds and the dolphin and the manta ray, and we even have orcas too. And we have the blue-footed booby. We have tortoises as big as probably half of this table, and they're floating in there. And you have private little beaches you can go to, and if you go in the spring, all the little babies are being born with like the little neon blue lights, or that's a baby fish swimming right past it. It affects you. Don't you have a better day if you've been out on the water and seen and been just with that noise, and you come back a happier, healthier person?
Yeah, definitely Playa Conchas Chinas, which is the closest beach to this unit, is one of my favorite beaches in town. And it's because you can see so much wildlife there. You can see there's little tide pools sometimes with little fish in there. And yeah, we are so close to Los Arcos. And that property, it's just a short walk to the beach. So you can get up in the morning, go to the beach, check out all the marine life, and come home. And it's really a wonderful location.
Well, everyone should go on a whale watch with a professional. I mean professional. Then we have one. His name is Oscar, and I call him the whale whisperer. They follow him, and they follow our little boat. And it's life-changing. If you don't do it, you're silly, because people say, oh, well, I see them jumping from my window. You don't know what they're doing, what they're saying. You don't know what they're even two males and a female, or what's there. He knows all of that.
Or sometimes you see them with their babies.
Well, yes, but sometimes it is the male escort. You wouldn't know the difference in that. But if you get out there with Oscar and go with him, he will tell you the stories. They always have personalities. And then when it's all quiet, he says, where are the whales? And he drops his microphone 16 down there, because they're acoustic. That's why you have to be careful with noise. We live in people say, well, this is a fishbowl. No, this is an aquarium. It's amazing. And the birds, incredible. Military macaw, they're in danger. They're some of the most beautiful birds in the world. And they're trying to raise a refuge for them of carving out some land going past Bismaloya and where it's just only accessible by water, not by a car. Because when their habitat is moved and when their parents are stolen to go into some illegal place, they don't know how to make the nests for their babies. And so, many times they're ingenious. They use a termite home that's been vacated because it's a big globe, and they put their babies there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nature you can enjoy nature here, and we want it to stay in a natural one and not have trained ones that have to stay and swim with the dolphin and of environment. Those are domesticated ones, but ones that are natural, you may have to watch them from a little distance because they wouldn't understand you trying to go in and be with them. Humans are famous for overdoing everything, so you have to respect the animal population here. And we have amazing mammals, and we have amazing birds. And there's some of the little villages still watch little ocelots come in, and they just have them on the camera. Just can't see them at night.
Well, that's really cute. So for people that are interested in the South Shore of Vallarta and all that it has to offer in terms of nature, wildlife, beaches, and
beautiful homes,
beautiful architecture, Mexican-style architecture, and as well as very artistic, specific unit, Via Banderas 6 will be a great one to check out. Thank you to our audience for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the Cochran Real Estate channel on YouTube. Follow us on social media, and we'll see you again next time for another episode.
This was Viewpoint, a podcast from Cochran Real Estate.